Hello there, students. Welcome back. So, in this episode, we're going to go over our, in this lecture, we're going to wind up going out how to do the median, the average, the mode, the minimum, and the maximum of a set of numbers. Once again, these are all equations, so if I change a number and say this is now blah, 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 and now they'll change. And, of course, obviously, if you ever see these sort of situations where you have a bunch of hashtags, all that means is that you don't have enough room to see the number. But there we are. They change, and of course if I undo it, and they go back to that. So, yeah, it's just a matter of, it's all equations. Every single one of these are equations. So, how are we going to do this? Well, first off, let's go and make ourselves a new page here. And I will move this out of the way, and I'll zoom this up here for everyone to see a little bit better. Now then, I know I didn't do this in the last video, but please remember to rename your sheets. Okay? Right-click, rename, and put your name in it. Put your name on it. Put your name and your date somewhere in your assignment. Okay? You are being graded for this stuff. Always remember to check the rubric. Even if it looks like mine, make sure you've done everything the rubric asks of you. So, let's just go here. I'm going to go and make myself my normal sort of thing. So, okay, here we go. This was, Texas Spectrum Wireless. You could thank Texas for their school books, because they always love to use Texas as their example. And we're just going to go and make ourselves a thing of, headsets. I will underline and do that. And then, of course, we will have ourselves our months. So, January, February, March, April. Yes, ding. Mark you as red. May. It's all the time when I'm going to do the videos, that's when everyone suddenly wants to talk to me. It's like they know. And of course, I will just give ourselves a little border and a border. There we go. So now we got ourselves a little border. You know what? I'll even just stretch this down just a little bit, just in case we need to see it. And of course, put this in a currency format since we're dealing with money. You're probably wondering why I'm not using accounting. Accounting will automatically make any negative number inside parentheses, and I just don't want to confuse people. So let's see here. What were the numbers here? 47991.12. This was 66984.92. This is 87540.57. This was a 48965.79. This was 62154.28. And this was also a 62154.28. So we got two numbers that are exactly the same. Therefore, this will all work out. So now let me just make myself some area here. Just, I'll put the median over there. I'll put the average over there. I'll put the mode over there. I'll put the minimum over there. Whoops, and I'll put the maximum right there. And you know what? I'll make it nice and pretty. I will put a big box border around this. And I will alternate some color scheme here. Let's see, I used a little orangey in the previous one, so I'll use a little... Oh, sorry, the peachy one. So I'll use the peachy one right there. There we go. There we have it. We have ourselves everything set up for what it is that we're actually going to be doing here. Oh, while I'm at it, let me just center these guys just because I like those looks centered. There we go. So, what do we have here? We have ourselves a median, an average, a mode, a min, and a max. So, what do we always need to do for any sort of equation? You have to put an equal sign first, equal sign, And then, much like sum, we're just going to simply type the word median. And then, of course, you're going to go, oop, number 1, number 2, number 3, whatever. Oh, okay, comma. So click, comma, click, comma, click, comma, click, comma, click, comma, click, comma. You know, we can close it out, and it'll give us the median. So 62154.28 is the exact median of these. Remember, the median is just the number that appears in the direct center. So this one, it doesn't mean it's the average. It just means that that is the one that is directly in the center. Now, of course, much like before, if I double-click this, we don't have to do this comma, 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 comma stuff. We can make this a range. We can just put a colon in there and still hit enter, and we'll get the same results. Now, if we change one of these, let's say this is not a 62, this is now a 63, well, still 62 is in the direct center. So let's just change this guy also to a 63 here, and now the median changed up as well. See, right there? It changed. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 numbers. It picked, you know, the 3rd/4th number. It picked whatever was directly in between those. So, we've done the median, and median is literally with the word median. Well, then, whoop. Word of advice, don't ever try to click outside of something when you're in a formula. So I'm going to undo that. Just click enter. Enter will work. You will get out of yourself safe and sound. So once again, every single equation starts with an equal sign. And if the word is average, what do you think we're looking for? Average equals average, then open parentheses because that's what signifies the start and the end. So where are we starting? Okay, and you know, colon, we'll move it all the way over here, close parentheses, enter. And there's the average. The average is that guy right there, 62, 9, whatever. Now you'll notice there is no such thing as an actual 62 even in this set of numbers right here. So the median is going to find a physical number, a physical data point. The average is just averaging all the numbers together. So this plus this plus this plus this plus this plus this divided by 6. That's all it is doing. Whereas the median is going, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 6 numbers. Let me find the 3rd one, or the 4th one, or I guess the 3.5 one. It's trying to find a physical data point. It will either be this or this. It won't be, you know, something else. So now let's also try and find ourselves the mode. So what exactly is the mode again? Well, the mode is the thing that guarantees, you know, whatever it is, if you have the mode is essentially which one occurs the most. Okay, 47, 66, 87, 48. Okay, the 63s occur the most. So assuming we do this correctly, so equal mode, if we were to go from there all the way to there, the 63 should pop up, because the 63 is the one that did that. Ooh! Now then, probably wondering, why did my mode decide not to do that? Well, because you see I still have this in general. It did not realize it wanted a currency. So let me just go back to currency there. There we go. Now it's in a currency. So, need be, I'm just going to go and make sure these guys are currencies to begin with for that number to happen. Now, of course, if I were to change this and make this, I don't know, a 23, there is nothing. There is no mode. Mode has nothing. There is nothing in this that occurs more than once. There is nothing that duplicates. But if I want to try, how do I do this again? Let's see, will .mult work? Nope, .mult won't even work anyway. So, it doesn't matter if I use a .mult or not. Now, you're probably wondering what the heck is a .mult. .mult is essentially trying to get different pieces of data. It's another workaround. You don't have to worry about it right now. But you know what? I'll just change this to a 23 as well, so we do in fact have something in the mode. And now there we go. We have ourselves a mode. It's these two guys because it's the only guys that recur twice. Everything else is singular, so that's the mode. We have ourselves our median. It went, okay, lowest, 2, and it found 3. There we go. It picked this guy as the median. but this guy's the average. See, our average and median are still different. So now we're going to get minimum and maximum. So obviously, what's the minimum going to be? At this point in time, it's our 23. But let's make it equals. Equals, okay, if it's a minimum, what do I have to type? Hint, hint, I've been showing you the correct things to type over on the left the entire time. Equal min. And now we'll just go and select my starting point, colon, select my ending point, and parentheses. Boom! And the minimum in that data point was ourselves a 23. Now, of course, if I were to change this guy to, a 13, oh, look, our minimum is now a 13. And our mode, once again, has no idea what to do because there's nothing there. So I'll tell you what, I'll change this February 66 into 16. There we go. And now we have ourselves all a bunch of different numbers as well. And you know what? If we're going to look for max, it's going to be our maximum. So once again, equal max for maximum, starting point, colon, ending point, and boom. It found our maximum was March. March was right there. Now, obviously, we have gone far off the numbers from what the original thing was. So, of course, I can always just go back and switch those out and change them up. So that was 66, 98, 4.92. And that one is, these two are 62s, okay. These are, I think the rest of the numbers are still safe, 62. And this guy was also a 62. And I'm looking at my numbers. Yep, they all look about the way they do in the worksheet now. So yeah, you have now done a median, an average, a mode, a minimum, and a maximum of a set of numbers. So, that's just, once again, more coding, more equations you can possibly do. Now, as you saw with the dot mult, there's different things you can do to each of these. For example, if I were to do, if I were to put an average A, it's going to mean something different than average. And what that average A means is, essentially, if I were to have nothing, it's going to count it as zeros. Or if I have, if I have like letters, F, Q, D, Q, S, A, V. See how it's changing? It's changing because it's counting these words as zeros. That's all that an average A will do versus a normal simple average. So if I were to try, put an A there, A there, A there, A there, it's not doing anything. But I change this to average A, and now we're now at a 36 because it realizes this as a 0, this is a 0, this is a 0, this is a 0. So you can change these things up to include letters and numbers and symbols, but if we're just working with only numbers, we don't really have to worry about an A or a dot mult or anything like that. We don't have to worry about it. So that's really all there is to this. Once you're good and everything's fit the rubric, go ahead and save it and put it up in the Moodle. I'll see you on Thursday.